Hello, friends. It's time for another Azban story. This one is Azban challenges Kchi bontegok, Great Falls below Falls, Vermont. Azban travels a lot and very far. Okay, here we go. Now, Azban had walked a few days and had not really seen any people or animals. He was hungry and looking to play some tricks and see what kind of trouble he could cause. As he was walking, he was daydreaming about what his next trick would be if he ran into bear or wolf or even squirrel. Just then he heard a noise coming from up in a tree, and then he heard it again and realized it was the sound of baby birds singing away in their nests. So Azban scurried over to one of the trees and yelled up, "Hey, baby birds, why don't you come down here and play? Bring those eggs with you and we can play a fun new game." Just then, two mother birds came swooping down right at Azban's head, and he jumped back and ducked out of the way. "Geez, I was just trying to have some fun." One of the mother birds replied, "We know your tricks, Azban. You are not here to play. You are here to rob our nest and eat, as always. Now get out of here." "I was just looking to play some new game," said Azban. "It's not my fault I get hungry when I play." Azban smiled as he walked away, knowing that he could get another chance at some point when the mothers were off looking for food. Now, Azban had been walking for some time and he was disappointed. So far on this day, he had no fun teasing others and no luck finding food. Then he heard something else up ahead. Azban cupped his paw to his ear and listened a little closer. To his surprise, it sounded like a group of people having a shouting match. "This could be fun," thought Azban. "I can outshout anyone." He continued walking down the river towards the sound, and as he got closer, the noise became louder and louder until it was like thunder. Finally, Azban reached the source of the noise. It was kchi bontegok, the great waterfall on top of the Connecticut River. Azban was a bit disappointed that it was not a large group of people having a shouting match, but as always, Azban let his ego get the better of him. "So you think you can outshout me, the mighty Azban," he said. But Azban received no reply. The waterfall kept pouring water over the edge and down onto the rocks. "Oh, so not only do you think you can outshout me, but you're too good to even answer me back." Azban saw this as a real challenge. He drew a breath in and yelled, "Hey!" But still, no reply from the falls. This time he took a deeper breath and yelled, "Hey!" But he was nowhere near as loud as the falls. "How dare you ignore me," thought Azban. "I'll show you. No one can defeat the great Azban." Now he moved a little closer to the edge and took an even deeper breath before yelling, "Hey!" But again, he could find not match the volume of the Great Falls. By this time, a couple of red squirrels in the trees above had taken notice and were looking down laughing at Azban's attempt to shout louder than the kchi bontegok, the Great Falls. Azban looked up at the squirrels and saw them laughing. He could not hear what they were but he could still tell what they were doing. "I'll get you another time," he said. "I have to finish dealing with this rude one first." Then he stepped a little closer to the edge, leaned over. Azban took the deepest breath he could and shouted as loud and as long as he could, "Hey!" He shouted so long he lost all his breath and began to get dizzy and lose his balance. Just as he was about to regain his balance, the red squirrels above him threw hickory nuts at him. One of the nuts hit Azban right in the head and sent him headfirst into the river, which swiftly swept him over the falls. I wonder what's going to happen to Azban. I think we're going to have to wait till next story time. See you soon. Bye, friends.